Hello, beautiful people. I hope you are doing balanced and harmonious, aside from all the debris of, the detriment of the material world. So, whether it's evident or not, which a lot of things are in certain deeper channels, whether it's really evident or not, it's really what I do as far as my expressions. It's something like a sacrifice for the greater good beyond the human mind. So, just to like kind of self-prove why we do what we do, that kind of cleans our mirror, our spiritual mirror of, the mental debris, and how that mental debris kind of like circulates to other aspects of us where it could replicate some type of debris. We're clearing that within the expression, within the realization of the purpose, and within obviously the actions and the efforts we can do to have a real multifaceted equilibrium, most legitimately and authentically, to what is being said. Because a lot of things are already known. We're in a new age. We're in a particular type of stream of change where everything is actually known, whether you want to admit that or not, whether you have the realization and the intelligence to just like jive with that. That's on you. That's like really on you, because like in the end you're not really lying to anybody. You're just lying to yourself. And as you lie to yourself, you're kind of undermining what that's doing to your spiritual life, because there's different contexts of cause and effect. So if there's different contexts of cause and effect, you don't necessarily know like what that's creating for you long term, spiritually speaking, like after this life. Like we don't really take it into account, and that's okay. Like we all get enmeshed in the hype of just the polarities of the material reality. That's just what it is. But I come upon these transmissions with different types of energies and efforts of just pure truth and pure intention, and the pure intention being stating what I wish to accomplish and how that is being accomplished to some percentage degree level, and how I'm expressing even the faith itself on how it's actually going to like more legitimately like be something of the notion of it's all going to be okay. Like I'm like on an energetic level, I'm aligning with that in itself. So when I clarify my intention, I'm purifying myself, and to some degree I'm purifying everything else. So when I come on and I clarify my expression and my intention, that is my spiritual foundation, legitimately, aside from any replication that the bigger cosmic universal plan could detect that, regardless of your level of intelligence and hype and replication, etc. My faith is being intermeshed with that in itself, something greater than all that's happening, all that's obviously already known. How things are being replicated and used for detriment and fragmentation. That's pretty obvious, and for me to like correlate that to how I'm even like having this intelligence, it supersedes the material realm in itself, respectively, to some degree and percentage as I unfold. But like what purifies me is how I come to clarify my expression and intention with this particular video, and that being specifically in itself the particular notion of being mature, a particular maturity within. We don't have to have these fragmented attitudes of a child. That's not necessary in the irony of this professional arena, be it any industry. So that's just, I just think it's funny because we're underestimating God. God is the ultimate programmer, and he's ultimately allowing this. You have to ask yourself, is God really omnipotent? If he is, then he has the power to confuse us on a deep level that we don't necessarily realize. So the question here is like, me being balanced and unbiased me coming from a Christian background and being raised Christian and still respecting, you know, the balance, the secret balance aside from the polarities and how it's being used. That's a different obvious, you know, set of methodologies that people use. You know, people are making their own sects, yada, yada, yada. That sects, if that isn't so obvious. So the question is, aside from the polarities of the Christianity, meaning there's a core essential teaching of, you know, original Christianity, and the original Christianity being something closer to like the Gnostic text. But I'm not going to get into that, you know, with what I intuitively know and how we all came from that, from a different, you know, spiritual life, because we had to have participated with that. The point here is seeing the maturity and seeing the unbiasedness and seeing the progressive Christianity. And the progressive Christianity, we have to see both sides of the story and why there's so many different sects and divisions of Christianity in itself. So why are there so many different sects and different and divisions of Christianity itself? Because we're all trying to use it for our own better benefit based on our geographical biases or other biases, respectively. And that's just the nature of what it is. I'm calling that out neutrally for the neutrality of it, ironically. So some sects believe that Jesus is God, and they could be pro-Christian, and some sects believe Jesus is just the Son of God, and they're still Christian. But we have to ask, if Jesus is God, then why wouldn't God be everything and everyone? And if Jesus is God, then why wouldn't Jesus in himself be everything and everyone? So this is for the mature, progressive Christians. This is mature Christianity. This is unbiased Christianity. This is pure Christianity. Seeing the energetics and recognizing how anything aside from Christianity could be used in different polarities. You have the best life ever, and everything is known. Baby, may you have a blissful incarnation or not. May you be with much love or not. All praise to the most original high God. Numero uno. Hate it.